times people just want to hook up. They don't want to date. It's just hooking up.
Maybe we should download the Tinder app. I'm just joking.
We'll have this conversation off camera.
You know, some people might take it as like an offense to them by telling them what you want, but it's okay. Like, it's better to be straightforward and honest in the beginning rather than, you know, going around the question. I don't think I've ever been obsessed with someone.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Couple Show. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Justin.
And it's...
Esther.
We have a special guest. Her name is...
Esther. She
just said it. I know, but her name is... I want to say it, okay?
Oh, okay.
So what's her name?
Esther.
Okay. So Esther is one of our best friends. Slash what?
Huh?
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur?
For what?
I don't know.
Acquaintance, best friend.
I'm no acquaintance.
But she is going to be our special guest for this video.
Our first guest of...
And she's shy. She's camera shy.
No, she's not. It's just her first time.
We told her it's one take, so she's afraid she's gonna make a mistake, but it's okay.
Okay, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're studying, and all that?
So I'm a senior at Vanderbilt University studying.
Ooh.
So cool. Studying health sciences, health behavior,
Ooh.
and psychology.
Ooh.
So very interesting stuffs, and you're down for Thanksgiving? No, it's not.
No, she's down because of COVID, right?
Yeah, our semester, we still have 2 weeks left, but they just sent us home early, pretty much, because of COVID.
Ooh, nice. Okay, well, what's today's topic?
Okay, sorry. I had to adjust my volume.
Doing?
Sorry, I couldn't hear myself. Today's topic is... Esther, what's the topic? She's the special guest, so what's the topic, Esther? Put you on the spot.
Dating in college, right?
Yeah, dating in college.
Dating in college.
So I have my notebook again.
Esther
here.
dated a lot in college.
No, I did not.
So we have our different perspectives because Justin and I started dating in high school, and Esther...
I have dated someone.
She's dated throughout high school and college, and everything. So we're going to have our own perspectives on this topic, and we're just going to go through a list that I found from Refinery 29.
You don't even know where your article is from?
I have it on my paper, written by E.W. Smith,
okay.
This girl. And she came up with...
E.W. Smith is a girl?
I didn't want to say her full first name, but E.W. Smith. She came up with 10 pieces of advice that she wished other people knew to help college dating a little bit easier.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to go down the list and we'll talk about each one.
Okay.
So the first one is to put yourself first. What do you think about that? Put yourself
What do you think
first.
about that?
What do I think about that? Why am I first? Okay.
We're going to put you on the spot.
I guess from college things, you have a lot of time to yourself, especially compared to high school where you're on a schedule, but college is majority of your time is alone studying. So during that time you can kind of get lost in yourself, I guess. So it's important to make sure you have your mental health check-ins for yourself. Make sure you hang out with your friends. So it's okay to not hang out with your friends someday, not go out to parties, and it's okay to stay in, have a day to yourself. So I think it's super important to make sure you're okay during the free time you have.
Yeah.
Let's see. Esther, can you talk a little closer to your mic? I'm sorry.
Yes, of course.
Also, what was the question? I don't remember the question.
Oh my goodness.
Putting yourself first, Justin.
Putting yourself first? Yeah, I always put myself first. I'm good at that because...
These are just pieces of... Just to clarify, these are all pieces of advice that this writer, this college girl... thought that it would be helpful for others to know when dating in college.
Yeah,
just to keep in mind.
I mean, you have to know yourself first before you know the other person, right? If you don't know yourself, then how can you know someone else? You know what I mean? You know what you like, what you don't like, and you are always first because you are you. You know what I mean? Mind games.
Regardless of whether if it's in college or not.
Twisty the miney.
Next subject.
Whether or not, if it's in college or not, like, I think putting yourself first in any relationship is key, because if you don't, then you fall into codependency.
Yeah, codependency. I was about to say, Esther, what is codependency?
So we tried to do an episode on codependency, and we just had some technical difficulties, so we didn't really go through it. So it was like an inside joke. But,
for you guys, we made an episode. Esther doesn't know this, but
and you guys
we
don't
had
know
problems.
This either, but
yeah, we had problems, so we couldn't upload that. But that's why that was our joke.
Yeah, but anyways, put yourself first is the first one.
Mm-hmm. What's number 2?
The second one is to know that sometimes people just want to hook up. They don't want to date. It's just hooking up.
That's what isn't there a site where you just want to hook up, or
like a dating app?
I don't know.
There are dating apps like Tinder.
Is Tinder like? I thought Tinder's supposed to like you meet the person and like. Are you supposed to hook up with them?
Please excuse the ignorance.
Sorry, I don't do the dating sites. I haven't been allowed to do that.
I mean, I feel like. Wait, so you don't know what Tinder
I'm restricted.
He doesn't clearly know what Tinder is, I guess. We just don't have experience.
Well,
with it.
I know from.
We've never really had to use it as of
but
yet.
it's like a swipe left or right. Like everyone knows it's like a swap.
Swipe no swipe.
You swipe left and right?
Yeah, like you swipe right on the people you want to meet or talk to. Mm-hmm. Swipe left on someone you're not interested in.
Oh, and they have to match up with you, right? I see. And then what happens after that?
I mean, like, either, like, you message first or you wait for a response from them. And, like, you either, like, try to get to know each other and, like, plan a time for you guys to, like, meet up. Get coffee or dinner or something. Or, like, some people, like, in reality just use it to truly just, like, hook up. Which is okay. Like, there's nothing against hooking up.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
It's healthy.
To a certain aspect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the whole thing is just know that that's a thing in college.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a huge thing. Like, especially when you go to, like, big campuses and stuff and you're living on campus. Mm-hmm. If you do really want to meet new people outside your friend group, I don't think it's a bad idea to use Tinder.
That's a different perspective from us, like Justin and I, because we don't live on campus. We are college students, but we don't live on campus.
Hold on, sorry. I have a question, okay? So, like, do you like have an intention to hook up and so you go on Tinder, or is it just like because you meet the person and then like you get to know the person and then you hook up? Like why do people go on Tinder? Is it to meet people or to hook up with people?
I would say both.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is there like a tab where it says like I want to hook up?
No.
They should. That's a good idea.
Or you just like maybe we should download the Tinder app. I'm just joking.
We'll have this conversation off camera.
I'm not a part of this conversation later. I guess, like, there's a lot of people who just want to hook up because they don't want to be in a relationship, which is totally fine. So it's like, they usually had a conversation before. Like, what are you looking for on Tinder? And they'd be like, I'm here for a casual hookup. I'm here to go on dates. I'm here to make friends.
The common sense stuff.
Well, like, Tinder's so known as, like, a dating site. Like, there are different levels to it, like, where you can just, like, I'm here for a select
reason.
Day, or I have a select reason for this. So you, like, know what you're getting into, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, like, I think that's a good way. Like, before you meet them, just know what your intentions are.
Yeah.
Because, like, some people actually want a relationship, so you, like, maybe just not hook up with those people. Or if someone, like, does want to hook up and you're okay with it, then go for it, There's nothing wrong with it, but yeah, it's kind of fun seeing people.
COVID?
No.
Okay.
Not COVID.
She got COVID checked, so don't worry, guys.
We're all
negative.
We're all negative. Yes. That's why we're all speaking and spitting into the mic. All right.
Okay.
And then we got the pop microphone on Esther's, so she doesn't contaminate my mic.
Excuse me.
All right. So that was the second one, to know that some people just want to hook up and not date. The third one is to really ask for what you need. This is a little different.
I'm sorry. What is today's topic? I know it's like 10.
Doesn't know. Okay, so listen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, We have a list of 10 things that a college woman.
Oh, woman?
Yes, a college lady.
Okay.
Gave out as advice to keep in mind when
you're dating in college.
Yes.
Okay. But I think you can apply these to not only dating in college, but in like real life too.
Just in your own individuality, I guess.
Okay, so what was number 3? I'm sorry.
Number 3 was to ask for what you need.
Yeah, I mean, I always ask for what I need. I mean, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be shy of asking what you want, right? That's part of a relationship, is to get a benefit of being in a relationship, right? You, like, Esther, would you be in a relationship if you got nothing in return?
Nope.
Right. Yeah. So like a relationship, you always think. It's like it's a benefit. Yeah. It's a what's that word?
You always say it's a give and take. It's somewhat of a give and take, right?
Symbiotic
relationship, right? You get a plus, and the other person gets a plus. It shouldn't be a plus and minus, even though plus and minus attracts. So. Anyways.
Okay, that was pretty.
But
good.
yeah, I mean, Kelsey, do you ask for what you want?
I do, but I also, in the sense of like people who don't really speak up their mind, I think they can really fall into that rabbit hole of not expressing themselves and really being more of the submissive type to their partner.
What about you, Esther? Do you like it? Well, from your previous dating situations, did you ever like? What's so funny?
No, go ahead.
The way you said
it. Go ahead.
Oh. I'm the not the commentator. What do you call it? The person who answered that question.
Just keep going.
Okay.
What you're saying.
Can't think. It's a long day. Where was I? Oh, so in your past relationships, have you like sort of asked for what you want in it, or like was it more like, just like go with the flow?
It was harder to say what you needed.
I guess I kind of learned. Like I dated. Someone my end of my freshman year to my beginning of my sophomore year of college. And like during that relationship, I was more like not really straightforward with myself, or didn't really ask for what I needed, and obviously like that kind of hurt in the end, and like we obviously broken up. But like my most recent relationship, I was more open to telling about what I want and what I need, and like having that conversation with that person, because I think is very healthy for that to happen. But people take being straightforward in different ways. Like I'm like usually a very straightforward person now when it comes to dating. Like I ask them what they want, and I tell them explicitly what I want, and they either take it a good way or bad way. So like it's kind of like a gamble, sort of. So like some people might take it as like an offense to them by telling them what you want, but it's okay. Like it's better to be straightforward and honest in the beginning rather than going around the question, because that's what I did in my first relationship at college, and just like caused a lot of like misunderstanding in between our relationship.
I think even we in beginning of our relationship, I really didn't ask a lot from you. We were pretty much like just trying to ease into the relationship, but I think at a certain point you do need to assert your opinions and emotions and stuff that you need.
And what you really want in it. Yeah. So
right.
really, you have a voice, and your voice is just as valid as the other person's voice.
Right. So I think that's
in
important
the relationship.
to like
speak what you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was a good one. The fourth.
Who's calling, Esther?
My mom.
It's pretty late if you guys don't know. Well, you guys probably don't know.
It's only 7:30.
It's almost 7:30.
That's late.
Did you guys want to just do part 1 and part 2? Just go through 1 through 5.
Yeah,
and go through 6 through 10.
I think we'll go to 5.
Yeah, let's just go to the 5 because we have to eat dinner too.
Yeah, we haven't eaten dinner. Did you eat dinner?
No.
Oh my gosh, no one ate dinner.
So we just have 2 more to go through then. Okay. So the fourth one is to keep in mind that your education comes first. Your education comes first. What do you think about that? Do you totally agree with that? Do you disagree? Are you in between?
Yeah, so what do you think?
You're asking me?
Yes.
We have very different opinions on this, all 3 of us. I think.
For me, I don't think. Okay, so I think, regardless of education, if you find a person in a relationship that you guys can bond together, I think you can always do things together without education. Now, I'm not saying education is not important. I mean, I need to know how to do 1 + 1 or 2 + 2. You know what I mean?
I hope you know that.
But I'm just saying, education is very important, but there is a tipping point to how much you really need, and if it's more important than your relationship. Because, I mean, it's all about priority for me. You know what I mean? Like, what do you prioritize more? Do you prioritize your your future success, which, I mean, that's what people go to college for, is to get a job, right? So in a sense of college, I think it is very important because you're in college for a specific reason, right? To get a, good job and earn a really good living, right? So it that should be your first priority. Yeah, in a college perspective, right?
Yeah, this is college perspective, right?
Yeah. So in a sense of that, I do think it's important. And it's always just finding a balance. Yeah. You can always still prioritize your education while being in a relationship, right? You can always go to the library together. You can study together, right, Esther?
Of course.
Yeah, so you can do things together to mold your education as one.
I think that also really ties into putting yourself first and really asking for what you need. And if that need is education, then it needs to be known to the other person too, right? And if your priority is education, then maybe you're not ready to be in a relationship yet. If
what do you think?
I mean, so like when you go to college, there are definitely like there's like so many majors. Like I know Vanderbilt has like so many, and like there are certain majors that are harder than others, and especially if you're like, for example, like on the pre-health track, you have to take all these other classes on top of your major classes. Those people they're like studying a lot more, and there's some other majors that don't require as much, and I like my friends like in particular have dated people who like their workload is not as much as their own. So it's like, it's not like they have to be ready for a relationship, obviously, but they have to both understand like, yeah, I'm going to be doing more work, and you have to understand that I'll be studying sometimes, even on a weekend. So like, weekends are like times for college kids to like go out, have fun, but like sometimes you have to stay in and work. So like, it has to come to a mutual understanding. Like some days one person might have like 4 tests in 1 week, and the other day like it might be the other way around. So like that's one problem people run into, saying like, oh, you're not giving me enough attention. It's like, no, it's not the case. It's just like I just have so much work going on that I have to focus.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's really good.
In your type of college, I guess that makes more sense versus somebody who went to Georgia State that has a little bit more freedom and more relaxation.
It doesn't really it doesn't matter because like any college you go to, there are things that are gonna be a lot harder. Yeah. Like.
Okay, I know.
Even though you go to an Ivy League compared to like a state school, it doesn't mean that it's easier. Because like I've dated someone like who went to a state school, and I went to a university, and we both had our own like difficulties when it came to it. Like he also worked on top of school, and I didn't. So like balancing the time of him working and school with me just studying for all my exams and like other assignments, that was a struggle too, of like trying to make a time and like come to a mutual understanding. So it's like really clear, like I think that scheduling is a thing.
Well, I think it's more like communicate. I think we had problems like that too.
We had
a lot.
exactly that, and I'm glad you brought that up, but in a different perspective.
Yeah, so it's all about just talking. I think if you're trying to make your relationship work, which I think some people are just not ready for a relationship and they just don't want to go through the struggle, which is why a lot of people just break up in college, right? But I think also if you can work it out with your partner, right? In a relationship, be like, hey, I got a test Thursday, right? Do you mind if we just work things out? But I mean, sometimes some people are just hard-headed. You know what I mean? They think that everything has to be their way. And if it's not their way, then they will get upset or mad. So, I mean, it's all about knowing the person that you are communicating with and adjusting to it, right? It's all about priority. Do you want to make that person happy and suffer a little bit on your test? Or are you going to sort of level it out? I mean, it's all about what you prioritize in your life, I guess, right?
Yeah, and I think the last thing to like wrap up this one is that for us, it wasn't school. Like it wasn't like, oh, my class, I have like a test, blah, blah, blah. But we worked together in our relationship as well, being boyfriend and girlfriend. But we worked together. And in the beginning, we struggled a lot because we didn't know. Like, I didn't know that he valued his business so much. And that's where I was like, why isn't he giving me that much attention? Because I didn't know his values and in that sort of way.
Well, I'm not trying to say that like I don't like value you. I'm just saying I have priorities.
Oh yeah,
just like everyone else does.
I didn't mean to say it in that way. I just meant we both have each other's priorities, and we needed to know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, and then the last one is to know that don't let your relationship take over your life. That's the very last one that we're gonna go over in this part 1.
Esther, has a relationship in your life? Wait, what's the question?
Taken over my
taken over
has
your
a
life?
Relationship taken over your life?
Have you ever been obsessed with somebody that like it has taken over some sort of your life?
I don't think I've ever been obsessed with someone.
Well, okay, let's rephrase that more like you know the tingling feeling in your sensation.
Oh my god!
Like your stomach.
The tingling feeling in your sensation.
Like the warm feeling of oh my gosh.
I could talk about like the 2 people I've dated. The first one, I dated someone that didn't go to Vanderbilt, so it was like harder for that because like our schedule had to match up of him being like 15 minutes away from campus. And for me being on campus and I can't really go anywhere because I didn't have like a car and stuff like that. So like in that aspect, like, usually my weekends are with him. So it was like harder because it was like I had to like make time for my friends, also had to make time with him. It's like that was like a struggle too, just like, and I guess in that aspect, like the time like I had to myself on the weekends was usually with him. Like, weekends are my time for like to like kind of wind down after the week ended, relax a little bit. So like in that sense, like I kind of did like my relationship did kind of take over and like started hanging out with my friends a lot less and stuff like that. And my second one, I dated someone on campus, which was different. And obviously I think I was better because like we both had our own schedules and stuff like that, and I made sure that I hung out with my significant other's friend, and he hung out with my friends too. So it's like that's like how we kind of made a balance. It was really good, but obviously it didn't work out for certain reasons. But yeah, like it can definitely happen. Mm-hmm. So like that's why it's important to like allocate your time well, because like your social life is very important in college. Mm-hmm. I would say because like if you don't have friends and you're in this new city, like it just like your mental health just like goes down the drain and stuff like that. So it's like really important to make sure that it's okay to hang out with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, but also make sure that you have time for yourself. Because like once you get in the pattern of hanging out with your significant other all the time, then it's hard to get out of it, because that's what leads to, as you guys said before, codependency. So like that's something you want to avoid in the beginning. I mean, it's okay, like if you're in a honeymoon stage, it's okay to like hang out and like do cute stuff together. But like no. But at a certain point you have to realize that as like we said before, you put yourself first, and like if you don't put yourself first, then you get kind of like engulfed by your relationship. So that's something you want to avoid in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at college, especially when you find one person that really you can relate to, I mean, I'm pretty sure you do fall in love, and I mean it's like a switch in your brain, you know what I mean? It's like, I guess it's a normal. You're the medical person. So.
But I am not a medical person.
What is she?
Well, therapist? I want to go to physical therapy school.
Oh, okay. That's the end I don't goal. Remember. Anyways.
Good friend.
Anyways, chiropractor. Anyways.
Completely different things, by the way.
Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, from my mom all the time. It's like, aren't they the same thing? No, they're not.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh my god. Y'all. Oh, wait. No, I don't got it.
You're just going off of how, like...
We all forgot.
Well, I think that's a good place to stop.
Okay, well...
Oh, well, just being too, that one. Don't let your relationship
we all just blanked out. Oh my goodness.
I think we can all agree that we shouldn't let your relationship take over your life.
Yes, you have. I think in terms of perspectives of how you should make your life, should be like relationship life, your personal life, and then your mental state of life, right? So like if you have a religion or if you need to meditate, that's your inner self, right? There's also yourself, right? Your time to just do what you want to do, and there's also relationship life. And I think in terms of what I, figured out is that you just have to figure out where is a good, like a percentage of each, because if you do tip over that line, things do tend to, bad things tend to happen, where, if you're too invested in your relationship life, you lose track of your own life, or you lose track of, your religion or stuff like that, or your inner self, So you always want to make sure, you split this in half. And I think that's something that I've been trying to do, and I have pretty much been doing okay with. But there's times when you do tip over the line. Yeah. Right, Esther?
Yeah, just gotta catch yourself.
Yeah, catch yourself, come back to it, and just grind through it. Yeah. And I know college is hard. You got classes, you got friends, you got parties. I mean, it's just a different lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So different from high school.
So I mean, just like living for the past 20 years. So it's a new experience. So it is a little challenging, but I think these are really good advices.
Yeah, and
I think I agree to all of them.
It gets better from 6 to 10, which we'll have in a part 2.
I think number 5, or no, sorry, was it 2 or 3? I don't remember, but one of them was like, okay. And the other one,
education comes first. I think it was that one.
No, I don't know. But it was really good. I like this person.
Miss E.W. Smith
from
make some Refinery 29.
Yeah, make some more blog posts so I can critique you.
Thank you for the article that we're using. But I think that wraps up part 1, guys. Good job.
How do you think, Esther? Did you like it?
That was fine. I feel like the next 5 are a little more spicy than today's.
Yeah. The next 5 are spicy, and I kind of wish
you guys
could
saw
go through it.
I can't see it from this.
But
it's like it'll be a surprise for you tomorrow.
Get to it.
Are you a little bit more comfortable now?
I mean, it's fine. It's like talking to my 2 best friends. So
yeah, you did really well.
Thank you.
We put you on. I put you on the spot.
Yeah. You need to stop
picking at her.
I know. I like to do that. Okay. Anyways.
Well, that was it for our part 1 of advice to make dating in college easier.
We're gonna come up with the next 5. So are you gonna be here for the next 5, or?
Of course.
Yeah, she has
to.
Okay. She was so good.
If you love Esther and you want her to join, make sure you
follow us on Instagram at the Unfiltered Couple Show.
Esther, what's next?
TikTok.
And we're also on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok if you want to see some funny stuff that we do.
Yeah, just outside.
And maybe
of
we
podcasting.
can make some TikToks with Esther.
Yeah, they're kind of cute. They're kind of cute, I guess.
Esther can join in. It'll be her little moment to shine.
Oh my
god. Okay, well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys. Bye. You gotta wait.
I was
longer. Waiting. Go.